Hey everyone, welcome back to the next episode of Little Shop of Nerds. I am Julia.
Mike.
And last week's hint was Joja Mart. So, Mike, what's this week's topic?
Well, today we're going to be talking about a video game which is called Stardew Valley, which I never played. Sue me, I have certain games I like to play, but since this is Julia's favorite game, I'm going to give it to her.
I mean, it's one of my favorite games. So, if you're not familiar with Stardew Valley is a farming simulator game where you inherit a farm from your grandfather, your dead grandfather, and you move to Pelican Town to take over his farm and make it profitable, become friends with some of the people, some of the townspeople, get married and have a family. Now, you don't have to get married and have a family, but I like to get married and have a family because that's what the whole thing is about, I think, anyways, besides making your farm profitable. So, you do have a character creation when you start. You get to choose your name, what's your favorite thing. You get to choose if you want a cat or a dog. You have some outfits you can choose from, hairstyles, that type of thing. There are mods that you can add to give you like different hairstyles and outfits and stuff, but I haven't quite figured out how to get those to work. So, so I don't know how old you are, but your grandfather dies at the beginning, and he's like, hey, when the world gets you, something along the lines of when the world gets you down, here is something, when the monotony of life gets you down, go here. It's what happened to me. It helped me a lot. I'm sure it would help you too. Then you inherit his farm and, start building relationships with people and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk about the marriage candidates. There are 6 marriage candidates. Not 6, 12. There's 6 of each gender. So you've got, for females, for the bachelorettes, you have Haley and Emily, who are sisters. Abigail, Leah, Penny, and Maru. For males, you have Elliot, Harvey, Alex, Sam, and Sebastian. Is that 6?
I think so.
I feel like I'm missing somebody. Anyway, so there's 6 for each one. There is this little shadow person who lives in the sewers, and if you want, you can have him move in with you instead. You can't marry him, and then after that, you can't marry anybody else. He'll just live with you on your farm, and you won't be able to have any children or anything like that. Now, you can divorce your spouse once you get married. You can divorce them, but then they just hate you. And I don't think you can get back together with them. You can go to the witch's hut and have their memories removed, and then you can start all over again. I personally never did that. Now, my favorite that I like to marry is Sebastian. So almost like every other Stardew Valley player out there, Sebastian just seems to be kind of relatable in the sense of he has daddy issues because his father left when he was really young. And I don't think he remembers his dad. And then his mom remarries Demetrius. And Demetrius doesn't kind of treat him like a stepfather should. And then his sister is Maru, which is another marriage candidate. You can definitely see the favoritism between Maru and Sebastian. It's actually pretty obvious, just the way that you can tell by the way Demetrius never really talks about Sebastian. And he always says, he made what he calls a snow goon, and Demetrius made him destroy it, but Maru's little snowman was okay and stuff like that. So it's definitely what?
Little snowman.
Yeah, she made a snowman. Demetrius is like, oh, okay, your snowman can stay, but Sebastian makes his snow goon, and he's like, yeah, your snow goon needs to go away. Like, Demetrius is a dick. Like, everybody in the Stardew Valley community agrees. Demetrius is a dick towards Sebastian.
One, if someone has a name
Demetrius.
cause 5 to be a dick, because sometimes when that person has a name, he's a dick.
Well, he turned out to be a big dick. So then you have Harvey, who's the doctor. Then you have Alex, who is trying to hold on to his glory of being a gridball player. I forgot about Shane. Shane was the 6th one. He's an alcoholic. You can marry him and try to fix him.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Try to fix an alcoholic.
I mean, you can become friends with him and he'll give you blue chickens. I have a thing where I have to date all of the bachelors and bachelorettes, or I'm not happy. But you can date them all at the same time. I've done it multiple times. Just make sure if you're dating all of them, before you go into Emily's house or before you go into the saloon, make sure you have a rabbit's foot with you. You'll thank me later for that. Okay, so we got Shane the alcoholic. Then there's Sam, who is Sebastian's best friend. And he is, he's in a band. He wants to start a band. He plays guitar and he sings. I think he sings. And then you have Elliot, who lives on a little shack on the beach, and he's an author. And he kind of looks like Fabio. He's kind of hot a little bit. Not my cup of tea, but Sebastian's always, the love of my life.
You said a shack by the ocean?
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a van down by the river.
A what?
A van down by the river.
So they don't have that in Stardew Valley, but they definitely have that in Coral Island.
It's a joke.
Yeah, but I'm saying they actually have that in Coral Island.
Okay, so someone is actually living in a van down by the river.
Yes.
Now we just need Chris Farley to break a table.
We'll talk about Coral Island in a later video, maybe after they've released some more material or more stuff for it, because it is still in development. They just released a big update, so we'll talk about that later. So then the bachelorettes, Penny is the school teacher. I put that in quotation marks, because there's only like 2 kids, possibly. I think once you get Leo to move to your island, I think she teaches all 3 of them, but I'm not sure. I haven't gotten Leo to move into my island yet. But she's got Jas and Vincent is Sam's little brother, and Jas is actually the goddaughter of Sebastian. Or not Sebastian, Shane. God, so many S's. So she's the goddaughter of Shane, and she lives with Shane and his Aunt Marnie on Marnie's farm. And he works at Joja Mart as a job. Sam works at Joja Mart too. We'll touch on that in a minute. So, Penny's mother is also an alcoholic. And once you get the bus fixed, whether through the community center or Joja Mart, she becomes the driver again, even though she's an alcoholic. Then you have Abigail, who is the daughter of the merchant Pierre. He runs the general store. People don't really like him because he'll take your items and like sell them off as like his own or something like that. He's a douche. And he's closed on Wednesday. Like during the middle of the week when you might need something, he's closed. And then there's Leah, who is the artist. Then there's Emily, who's kind of like a hippie. Then there's Haley, her sister, who is kind of like a girly girl. And then there is one more that I am missing. Oh, God. Maru, which is Sebastian's sister. She is she's a scientist, basically, and she works with Harvey at the clinic. So then you've got Joja Mart, which, to be honest, Joja Corp is the reason why you moved to Pelican Town.
Okay.
It shows it in the opening. Did you watch the opening scene? No, I take that as a no. Mike did not watch the opening scene after I asked him to.
I really forgot.
Yeah, so basically after your grandfather dies and you read it shows you like some years later sitting in a cubicle at Joja Core, and you're just kind of like, you're done with the world at that point. And you're just like, I'm done with this. And so you go to Pelican Town, and then they have a Joja Mart. So kind of like how in America, where they just have Dollar Generals just popping up in random rural towns. It's kind of like Joja Mart. It just pops up. Sam and Sebastian, not Sebastian, Sam and Shane work at Joja Mart. And so you can either choose to side with Joja Mart, which I have never done, or you can complete the community center. I always choose to complete the community center, but in order for me to get 100% completion on Steam with Stardew Valley, I have to side with Joja Mart. So I'm going to have to do that. And then the community center turns into a warehouse and then eventually movie theater. If you side with the community center, then the old Joja Mart building turns into a movie theater later. But Shane loses his job if you side with the community center. Shane loses his job, but I like to think that he works at the farm with his aunt. And then Sam actually gets a job at the museum and cleans the museum.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's basically just a farming simulator game. It has a very 8-bit pixelated feel to it. And it's got sprites and stuff like that. And, the sprites are cute. Sebastian's hot. Yeah. You can, whatever you do, you do get a greenhouse eventually. And I always fill my greenhouse with a bunch of ancient fruit seeds and grow ancient fruit because you can you can make that into wine, sell it, and you can make an ass ton of money that way. But then you can also have pigs that will dig for truffles for you, so you can make truffle oil. You can have cows and goats and sheep and chickens, rabbits and ducks, and dinosaurs. You can actually get dinosaurs. I have yet to get a dinosaur egg to hatch yet. Yeah, that I'm looking forward to getting a dinosaur. They do have mods to make the game play better. I actually do use a few mods. They do have some adult mods. Adult mods. I do not have them on my computer. I can show you. I don't use adult mods for Stardew Valley. I just use that for The Sims.
Why do I have a hard feeling? I don't believe you.
I can show you. I have proof.
No. I believe you don't have it.
I mean, I've seen it, but I don't have them on my laptop. I do have. There is one that is considered adult, but it doesn't have any type of like it doesn't. I can't remember what it does, but it's not like overly sexual or anything like that. I don't remember exactly what it's for. But I have that one. And then I have one to skip the fishing mini game because I hate that mini game. It's a bitch. I hate it. And then I have some for like extra dialogue. It gives the sprites like clothes, like different clothes to wear during the different seasons and stuff like that too. I have one where a little bridal shop can open up in town. So then you can buy like different bridal outfits so you're not trying to make one before your wedding, in the game and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's basically open end. There's no end. Like there's people that have been playing like the same save file and it's like 30 years in the game. So it's very open ending. And Concerned Ape, which is the creator, he has said that he is coming out with more content for Stardew Valley. So I think it's like extra dialogue, another festival. I think we're going to be getting an iridium scythe, which is one of the few which is the only iridium. We don't have an iridium quality of the scythe or the sickle. Yeah, you can find the gold sickle and it's not the skull cavern. It's like this other little cave over by the quarry. You can find a gold scythe in there. You just have to go all the way to the back and fight off the giant floating skulls that come at you. I have made it to the 100th floor in the regular mine. The Skull Cavern mine, there's like no end in sight for that one. I think that one just goes on forever. Yeah. Do you got anything you want to ask?
Not really.
You know who I think, if you ever played Stardew Valley, do you know who I think you would probably choose to marry?
Oh.
You'd probably choose Abigail. Abigail seems to be the very popular choice when it comes to girls to marry.
She's the popular choice, and I wouldn't choose her.
She's the goth girl.
Why do you think I would choose her?
Because, well, she's the big titty goth girl. Don't all guys like big titty goth girls?
It depends on the situation.
I mean, I wonder if you might go for Penny, but she's kind of damaged. Because her mommy is, an alcoholic.
I'm damaged too, so there you go.
Okay, well, I guess Mike would probably end up choosing Penny. I asked Charlie, out of complete context, okay? He's never played it either. He just knows it because I play it. I sent him a picture of, like, all the bachelorettes, and I was like, hey, which one of these girls would you choose to marry? And he was like, I was like, if you were to ever play. He goes, I said that he would, I told my friends, because we were on Discord, and I told my friends, I was like, he's probably going to say Abigail. He wrote back, and he did say either Abigail or Leah. So I was right about that. He likes those big titty goth GFs, which I am not a big titty goth GF.
I better not answer that one because I'm like the guy. Because like everyone says, I have a filter and I tell the truth too much.
No, that means you have no filter if you tell the truth too much.
Well, still.
Filter is where you're just kind of like, don't say stuff. No filter is where you just spew shit out.
Hey, I do that every day.
You do that every day, and every time you do it, it's annoying.
Well, without me, there's no entertainment.
You and Jeremy over there talking about nerd shit all the time.
What about you, Missy?
Hey. I admit I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd too.
But you two sit over there and just talk and talk and talk, and it's just like, just shut up.
Yeah, well, what we talk about is you're not into.
Exactly.
So, sorry.
But I go up to the Purple Lounge and come back, and y'all are just still sitting there talking about the same thing. I'm like, do you guys, talk about other stuff?
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We like Power Rangers. We like Super Sentai. There's times we like to discuss the difference between them.
Yeah, I guess that would be another episode later. Mike can handle that.
Well, that would take a lot of research.
Yeah, I mean, we could always just do the original Power Rangers and whatever the original Super Sentai, not the original Super Sentai, but whatever
That'd be Zoo Ranger, and I heard that has like 50-some episodes.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, that'll take a long time to get finished.
Not really.
Yeah, well, like I said...
Considering that, I mean, I can get through a 50-something episode anime in like 2 weeks.
Alright.
I've done it with Fruits Basket. I've watched that entire series like 3 times in like 2 weeks because I just kept watching the episodes. But I mean, that will be like way down in the in the future. Just not anytime soon. We just completely got off topic of Stardew Valley. So, I mean, there really isn't a whole lot that we can talk about with Stardew Valley. Because, I mean, it's just a run-of-the-mill... Well, I don't want to say run-of-the-mill. It's just... It's a farming simulator game. And he did get inspiration from Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons, that type of thing. Which, to be honest, it seems like the farming simulation community... The genre has really blossomed over like the last few years. With Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, Story of Seasons, Coral Island, Harvestella came out last year, November of last year. I need to play that some more. I just kind of stopped. Oh, there is another one called Wildflowers, which is also a farming simulator game, but you're a witch. So I probably will talk about that one later because that one was actually I was actually enjoying it. I need to get back into playing that too. But yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say on Stardew Valley.
Cool.
I think Mike here should play it.
I'll put it on my playlist.
Which probably means he won't play it.
Probably not.
Yeah, see.
At least I was being nice about it. Sheesh.
So, anyways, now it is time for next week's hint. Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
Just do it.
Okay, next week's hint is Nezuko-chan. So, y'all probably know what we're going to be talking about now. So, remember to like and subscribe. If you have anything you would like us to talk about, leave that in the comments below, and we will try to get to it.
We will, but remember, we also have jobs, so it'll take us a while.
Yeah. Also, remember, if we get up to 100 subscribers, you will get to see our faces, and we will be in cosplay. So, please tell your friends and family about us if they like nerdy shit,
Or your nerdy coworker.
Anybody that you know that is nerdy that might enjoy our content.
Or anyone who likes to go to a convention center.
That too. So, anyways, like I said, like and subscribe, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.